Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. Sure. Working with time zones and daylight saving time, DST, in Java can be a bit tricky, but Java provides a robust set of classes under the java.time package, introduced in Java 8, that make it much easier to handle these complexities. Understanding time zones and daylight saving time. When dealing with dates and times, especially in different time zones, it's important to understand how daylight saving time affects local time. Many regions adjust their clocks forward by 1 hour in the spring and back again in the fall, which can lead to discrepancies in time calculations. Key classes in Java's java.time package. 1. Zonedatetime, represents a date time with a time zone. 2. Zoneid, represents a time zone identifier. 3. Zoneoffset, represents the amount of time to shift from UTC. 4. Local date time, represents a date time without a time zone. Time zone and daylight saving time example. Let's go through an example that demonstrates how to work with time zones and handle daylight saving time. Code example. Explanation of the code. 1. Zone ID, we define a zone ID for New York using zoneid.of, America/new_York. This will automatically handle daylight saving time transitions based on the rules for that time zone. 2. Zonedatetime creation, we create a zonedatetime for March 12, 2023, at 2 a.m. On this date, New York transitions from standard time to daylight saving time, meaning that the clock jumps forward to 3 a.m. 3. Adding an hour, when we add an hour, plus hours, 1, the resulting time is 3 a.m., demonstrating how the DST transition affects the time calculation. 4. DST end, we create another zonedatetime for November 5, 2023, at 2 a.m., when DST ends. On this date, the clock is set back to 1 a.m., so adding an hour will yield 3 a.m. again, but from a different starting point. Output. Running the program will yield an output similar to conclusion. Handling time zones and daylight saving time in Java can be accomplished effectively using the java.time package. By utilizing zonedatetime and zoneid, you can easily manage time zone conversions and DST transitions. Always remember to use the appropriate zone IDs to ensure accurate calculations across different geographical regions.